Hello, my name is Rita, and I'll be doing a 10-part series on sickle cell. The aim of this series is to inform and educate. So now let's talk sickle cell. What is sickle cell? Sickle cell is a genetic blood disorder where the red blood cells change shape from round to sickle or the crescent shape. Let me demonstrate, give you an example. This is the round red blood cells. So they break down, and when they break down, they turn to the sickle or the crescent shape. This is a demonstration of the crescent shape red blood cells. So with the round red blood cells, it is easy, it moves freely in the veins. When it gets to joint areas, it easily squeezes itself and passes through easily in the veins. But when they break down and become sickle like this, it is difficult for them to move in the vein without hooking and causing a blockage as well as pain. So most times when you see people with the sickle cell blood disorder experience crisis episodes of pain, it is because the red blood cells have broken down to the crescent shape, and they go and hook, causing a blockage in the veins, provoking pain. This pain can be so severe to a point where it leads to organ damage, and that's why it's advisable for people. Normally it's advisable for everybody to drink water, but with somebody with a sickle cell blood disorder, it is so emphasized for them to be well hydrated, because that water helps to flush out those blood vessels and causes the proper flow of blood in their veins without any blockage. When it concerns the sickle cell blood disorder, there's this one burning question that keeps recurring over and over again. Is sickle cell contagious? The answer is no, it is not contagious. Sickle cell is a gene inherited disease. It is inherited from parents who have the same genotype that carry the recessive sickle gene, and the children tend to inherit this sickle gene. For example, the sickle gene is being demonstrated with the letter S. So if both parents are AS and the child comes out a sickle cell baby, that means that baby inherited the SS gene from both parents. So the baby now has the sickle cell blood disorder, and that baby will grow up experiencing painful episodes of crisis to the point where they can't walk, they can't breathe properly, they can't move properly. The moving is impaired, literally mobility is impaired. It might just be the lifting of finger, in so many places. And these pains are characterized with like swollen, like inflammation of parts of the body, infections, that's if the pain lingers for too long without being attended to properly, and probably the worst case scenario, organ damage. It can be any organ, it can be parts of the body, it can be internal organs, it can be our organ, you never know. So babies with sickle cell blood disorder actually need a lot of care. It's a lot of challenge. So that is why it's advisable for people to go ahead and know their genotype. The test for you to know your genotype is called the electrophoresis test. It is advisable for every couple who wants to have a baby. You don't necessarily have to get married, but if you're considering having a baby I advise you to check your genotype to make sure you both don't have the sickle cell recessive gene and intend passing on to your kid. So it is very advisable. Go ahead and do your electrophoresis test to know your genotype. It is very important. Taking care of a sickle cell child, it's not a child's play. It is very, very challenging on the child as well as the parent. That is why it is very important for people to know their genotype. I cannot overemphasize on this. Know your genotype so that your baby don't suffer in future and you yourself don't suffer as a family. So let's spread awareness, keep spreading this awareness, and be kind to one another. Thank you very much.